This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, good morning. Please have your seats. Welcome to your mediation. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Shrestha Kabra and I'll be your mediator to resolve your issues. I hope it's okay to address you as Mr. Goswami and Mr. Sharma. This session will be at least for 2 hours. Does anybody have any objections with it?
No.
Okay.
No.
This procedure is optional. You have the rights to leave at any point. That if this procedure does not fulfill your needs, you must bargain honestly, and if you have been brought here by order. The sacrament of all the information you express here is respected in mediation. You promise that no information discussed in this room will leave this room. Take into this account the fact that you have set out the time in your calendar to attend this mediation, and it's taking a lot of time and money. Hence, I urge you to suggest that use the time effectively as you can. I want you to remind that you have no authority and you cannot, I have no authority over your life and I cannot direct you in any way. I solely act as my capacity as a mediator, a person who offers assistance to parties throughout their discussions. Also, I have further questions to ask. If both the parties agree, then we shall begin with our mediation. My first question to you guys are you able to engage in sincere talks, make your judgments, and if an agreement is reached, sign it? Second question, if the dispute does not settle, you also have promised not to summon me as any kind of witness in the court. And third, it's crucial to abide by a few basic rules, refrain from insulting one another, avoid becoming personal, and actively collaborate. The mediators cost are 5,000 for a full and a half of day and 500 for each additional hour and after 5 p.m. Do you concur?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Goswami, shall we start with you?
Yes. So, yes, thank you. So, I worked at ABC Limited as a data analyst for the past 5 years. I am a hardworking employee and have never let my mistake make the company cost any client, whether big or small. But after I opted for the work from home option, which the company gave us after the post-COVID era, my work-life balance has been disturbed. I have to work more hours in the pretense of the flexible hours. I receive calls at odd hours, like during 1 a.m. or at 2 a.m. I could easily show you the records of the same. I was not in good health when I missed the meeting and didn't miss it deliberately, but now the company has deducted 1 lakh rupees from my salary. I have been wronged. How can anyone work like this with no time to relax? If one mistake is committed, all your years of hard work goes to drain, and so does your hard-earned money.
I understand you are feeling emotional and betrayed, but remember, you do not get personal and do not provoke aggression in response. Calm down. There is time to ask about everything and get answers. I will let you know when Mr. Sharma would like to say anything.
Yes, thank you. I am representing ABC Limited and I understand that that you may think that your work is not being valued. But trust me, that is not the case. Your record is known and valued by our firm. But the fact that matter is you missed an important call which will cause losses to both the company and the client. The fine imposed for you is appropriate. As per your bonus is concerned, it was mentioned to you in the contract that the mistake like this will lead to deduction in the salary.
Thank you both for the briefing. Now I would like to set the schedule for the session in this manner. Like first, the justification of Mr. Goswami is fine or not, and second, whether it is appropriate to deduct the amount of loss from the salary.
We want to resolve the issue in-house, and while we are ready to accommodate to the extent, the fact that we suffer damages cannot be disputed. I humbly request Mr. Goswami to understand our position as well.
Okay.
I appreciate you taking the first step and agreeing to solve this issue. I just want to be paid and recognized for my hard work. I understand the company faced some damages, but they were not my fault and I should not be made to compensate for them.
Okay, I suggest that we have a session where we shall meet one-on-one since we have arrived at a deadlock. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Goswami, you can leave the meeting for now. Just mute yourself or turn down the video.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Sharma. Are you satisfied with the proceedings and how they are going?
Yes, I appreciate that you're trying to help us and reach a reasonable settlement. We want to resolve this matter urgently.
Please feel free to give any other information that you haven't been saying earlier to me or to the another party. Do you have any information like that to share?
I have been authorized to fine rupees 50,000, but it cannot be completely removed. We have to maintain a reputation with the client as well.
So we have an agenda that is you are willing to reduce the fine from 1 lakh to 50,000, but you are not going to remove it completely. Is there anything that I have missed you would like to add?
No,
Do you like me to, would you like me to convey this to the other party?
yes, thank you.
Sharma, you can just mute yourself and
Okay.
Mr. Goswami,
Yes, I'm here.
please turn on your video.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the session and how the proceedings are going?
I just want to get over this issue as soon as possible. I was already under a lot of stress, and the added stress of an impending lawsuit is only worsening my health. So I appreciate the company agreeing to mediation.
This is a private session. This shall be a confidential process where whatever you are telling would be between us only. Okay, we'll tell it to the other party only when you will allow me to do so. Please feel free to give any information that hasn't been saying earlier to the other party or me. Do you have anything like that you would like to share with me?
I know I missed an important call, but I wasn't handling that client alone. I made sure that my colleagues attend that call. The client made up their mind before the meeting that they don't want to work with us in any case. They are making me scapegoat. I agree that I might have persuaded him at that time, but I was physically incapable of attending that call.
Do you like me to convey this to the other party?
Yes,
Okay, let's call Mr. Sharma back. Mr. Sharma,
Yes,
good afternoon, both the parties. I hope you are ready for our second and final agreed session. I would like to confirm a few things. Let me begin by stating that I am not acquainted with both the parties involved in the dispute. It is a voluntary process, which I am being neutral, impartial person who assists both of you to generate options for resolving your issues. Thank you for committing to be here today. If any of you have a special need during the session, please let me know during the session itself. And I would like to ask you that you silence your all of your electronic devices. And do you? I would also like to ask that do you have the authority to settle and sign an agreement if you reach at one? And are you here voluntarily or not,
yes.
Mr. Sharma?
yes, yes. According to our records, Mr. Goswami, I can reduce the amount of deduction from salary up to 50,000, but that more than that, the company did lose a huge client. Also, as per the problems that you faced during the work from home period, the company will make a code of conduct so that nobody else faces the same problem.
Mr. Goswami, are you satisfied and willing to accept this offer?
Yes, I appreciate the company's gesture and the quick redressal of the issue.
I am glad that the session is fruitful.
So there is no other dispute. So since we have resolved the issue between the parties and the disputes concerning the payment of fines, revocation of bonuses, and payment of overtime wages, I would like to draft an agreement and I will read it to you as soon as possible in our next session.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for your help.
Go ahead.